Hi, Adrian. I'm just looking at your 3 ads here that you created. I think they all look pretty good. They're a little bit full, so we might need to simplify. Um, so this is for the grandma here. Easter craft kits available. Yellow tin cup. I'd almost like to see some emphasis on the name up here, so maybe we could add in a shape, maybe a black, or maybe not black. I don't know. This might be a little harsh. Maybe this yellow color. I don't know. I kind of like this yellow that you have. But we do want to make sure too, another thing about it is I want to make sure that you're using colors from your brand guide. So we want to make sure that that's happening. So this isn't quite centered, but we can definitely center that. Maybe move this down just a smidge. Eastercraft kits available. You know, make memories at home with or take it home. So let's capitalize these. Maybe we shrink that down a little bit. Trying to think of. So this is the call to action. Visit Yellow Tin Cup Studio. Shop with the kids for more memories. So this is all grouped together. Let's ungroup. I'm just going to do Shift Command G or ungroup here. I don't know if Shift Command G works in Canva actually. Actually, let's see. So this says Visit Yellow Tin Cup Studio. We could probably delete that. And we want to highlight the deal that we're offering because that's going to really bring people in. So we might want to just put this, you know, $5 off. We can capitalize that. You know, this should probably be like, if we're thinking about, you know, the most important elements in this design. Oops, I didn't do this right. I want to make sure this is centered. Okay. You know, seniors $5 off. Seniors get $5 off craft kits. So, and maybe we want to make this bigger because this is the deal that we're trying to highlight. Let's see, what type of fonts are you using? Open Sans. So Anonymous Pro, and then we have this one. So we have 3 fonts. This is grouped. Okay, so I wouldn't use any more than 3, which is fine. This should be, you know, this is still pretty a nice size, but let's line it up with the edge of this maybe. We could make this text, like we could highlight it somehow in a different color maybe. We could put an effect on it. We could put an outline on it maybe of one of your colors from your brand kit maybe. I don't know, maybe something darker. This isn't great. I'm not that feeling all that like this is working super well. Maybe we'd use I don't really like strokes a lot on text, honestly, so I might actually end up taking that off. And that color is not working on that background. I would almost say, I don't mind the 3 colors in the background, but I almost wonder if you could go a little bit more heavy on the yellow. I'm not sure what your main color in your brand guide is, but you might want to, you know, think about, you know, whatever font this is, Open Sans. I would just kind of keep it simple. You know, and just keep all this. You don't want to go too much. You don't want to take it too far with the different fonts. You want to kind of maybe just regular. And then let's line these up. And I know this is the same color, but we could probably make this, you know, maybe like that, just to kind of mix it up. I would take the border off. Is there a border on this? Yeah, maybe we don't want the border on there. And maybe just make it as white as the ad too, potentially. And this could actually be, you know, this section down here. We could maybe make this. I almost want to make this not tilted. Just make it straight. And then maybe have your logo pop up a little bit off the top just to create a little bit of depth, and move it away from the edges. Maybe just kind of move those over there like that. So maybe something a little bit more like this. I know that this is, but we are highlighting the call to action now. We made the date quite a bit smaller. We simplified some of the fonts to match here. You know, you still have that Anonymous Pro being used here, and that matches what's in the logo, which is great. But and I think 3 fonts is fine, but we do want to kind of not use too many in the ad. I think for a headline, this dancing script is quite nice. So maybe something a little closer to this. I think you want to definitely go with the colors from your brand kit, and whatever color ratios your brand kit says, and you know, you might have to update your brand kit, and moving forward you want to create a different ratio of colors, that's fine. But if that yellow is what you're supposed to be mostly using, then I would suggest using mostly that. And then just kind of going through and maybe, you know, adding in that behind here, highlighting the deal some way. Color is a great way to do that. But I think this line actually went above the deal. Your subheads. So you said call to reserve a kit or visit our Facebook page. That's your call to action. So you can do visit Yellow Tin Cup with the kids for more memories. You could take that off because this is awfully busy. And we could potentially stretch this across the whole ad if you want, like we did with this one, or you can just leave it. That would probably be okay. Maybe so that it matches the other one. You could potentially size it up so at least it's cropped off the side a little bit, and maybe get rid of the rounding on it, just because it would match this shape a little bit more. Although I don't mind the rounding, but we're not using it in this ad. You could always add rounding to the edges of this photo, I suppose, to make it fit. I would make this open sans. I would make this open sans. I would line them up and just make them look a little bit neater at the bottom like we did in the first one. You can keep these here in alignment with each other, but just size this down. If you delete this, you can put this on one line. You kind of have a double thing happening here, so you don't need this. You can simplify it to look a little bit more like that. You know, add your little square behind here. Maybe size this down so it's on one line, or if you do 2 lines, make it more like that maybe. Bring your student ID can be a lot smaller. Students might be spelled wrong. We might have to make this on 3 lines, potentially. You might want to delete one of these, and then simplify this, change the text to Open Sans so that it matches up here a little bit more. And just make sure you're using the same colors throughout. Your imagery is good. I think with this one you might want to just stick with 1 picture instead of 2, because it's just, there's a lot going on and we need to simplify as much as possible. You might want to just do visit our Facebook, Instagram to reserve a kit, and I would get rid of text us because this is just too many lines. Maybe size these down and just simplify it a little bit. Just as far as, I like them being in alignment like this, but I would just make them open sans and then make them smaller and keep them in alignment, and then just make this two lines. So if that means removing some of the text, that's fine. And then just one image. Pick your favorite. I think this one might be a little bit more engaging than this one, but whichever one is your favorite, really. And then you could take away maybe this one here and stretch this one out so that we can have a little bit more room in this ad. Okay, talk to you later. Bye.